Now, right now, prices are some of the best prices you're going to see. Thank you, the WB. Very true. Some of the best prices you're going to see, because prices on gas-powered vehicles are only going to go up. It's all part of a plan. It's written into law. Companies need to be at 50 miles per gallon overall fleet average. So gas consumers, big gas guzzlers, can only be for very small models, you know. So maybe a future V8 for the Mustang, but only on like a super top end model like a Shelby, for example, causing causing very few of these vehicles to actually get sold. Thank you very much for high, for low. Now, if you're wondering who I'm speaking to, it's because you're not in the live. You're watching this as a mini episode. Do catch our lives Sundays at 6 p.m. Johnny's back. It's worn off. The rant's over. If you're watching the lives, you get all the full rants. This is the mini episode show, you could say. We're talking about the Ford F-150 from 2023 to 2024. Do expect prices to go up roughly $10,000 Canadian, or $6,000 to $7,000 US dollars. Your gas-powered vehicles every single year, unfortunately, it's not because Ford doesn't love you. It's not because Dodge or GM doesn't love you. It's because they can't sell these in high volume because they have to pay crazy taxes on them. It's called carbon credit taxes. So buy your F-150 now. Expect a $5,500 rebate on your Ford F-150 2023. But if you have to order one, know the price is going to go up. So let's build that together. Your XL STX is your best value on the market. Now, you look at the website here, and no matter what you do, you can't get heated seats on the STX, but you can add them in. I'm not just talking about a little heat pad that you sit on that looks awful and has your friends and neighbors thinking that you're going to be hitting a bankruptcy soon. You can actually have a company open up the stitching on the seat, throw in the heat warmer, the seat heater. It's roughly $350 to $400 per seat, but you could take an XL, make it STX for resale value, take a 4-door for resale value, and get a great looking truck with what basically everyone wants, are those heated seats. So don't be fooled there. Now, folks, don't just look at what's the description beneath the truck. When you do go to start your build, do click on the little tablets below so that you can get the full description. So let's go back and show you where you can get those. You can look over here at Start Your Build. They change these websites pretty often. Just the other day on that main page, you could start clicking and see what all the interior options are more easily. But it's also, I think they've taken it down because there are some errors, because they're saying, for example, you have to go up to a 303 XLT to get heated seats, and that's not the case. The 302 still has heated seats, so that was a major don't be fooled option. Now, as we scroll down, you can see you got your 301. You can always hit the I for information, and you can see right here, this is what it's gonna come with. It's all the STX features plus 18-inch chrome-like PVD wheels, 6-inch chrome running boards, chrome rear bumper, door handles, and tailgate, 8-way power driver seat, security code. That's the security code is the little code on the door, often in either right on the door or actually in the door trim that you punch in your code if you have forgotten your keys. You've got 8-way power driver seat. So again, you're thinking, where are the heated seats? Security code, keyless entry keypad, Pro Trailer Backup Assist, Pro Trailer Hitch Assist, and 360-degree camera. Everybody loves the 360-degree camera. Totally worth it. I don't know very many people that use the Pro Trailer Backup Assist. It's got a great name, but really it's just a little round circular knob that you turn. If you turn it right, your trailer is going to go to the right. Now, you go up to the 302. Again, you're looking at Ford Blue Cruise equipped 90-day trial. So you get Ford Blue Cruise for 90 days. After that, though, you still get lane centering and adaptive cruise control. And those are fantastic safety options. I don't need Blue Cruise. I do love adaptive cruise control and lane centering. It keeps me safe when I'm distracted. Of course, it's talking about the cloth seats. You got your 10-way power driver seat with power lumbar. Still not talking about heated seats, but they're there on a 302. Now, they've removed the little options beneath where you could read all the interior options, all the exterior options, and that's unfortunate because now I highly recommend you download what is called an order guide, because with the order guide you will see what's really on these vehicles. Now here's the thing, they've also made corrections because just earlier this week they were showing the 303 as being the first one with the 12-inch screen, and we saw on the pictures it appeared that that's all the way down to the XL model. So we've got 20-inch chrome like PVD, B&O sound system for the 303 package. Basically a 303 is going halfway to a Lariat. It's a Lariat without the leather. If you want the leather, go to a Lariat or pick the trim of, you could go with an STX, an XL STX. If you're not leasing, this is a great option. If you're going to be buying, buy a leather interior. Catskin, for example, great company. They make leather interiors. You can pick your color and everything. Have the leather interior thrown in. Throw in the heated seats, and you've got a Lariat for much less money. And that's great if you're going to be keeping them. Now, if you're going to try to switch them in 2, 3, 4, or 5 years, having a Lariat will have that resale value, because honestly, on your STX, you're not going to get back all the money you spent for those heated seats and the leather. Now, plus standard features, this is normally where you get the interior. And you'll want, once these come back up on the website, they're full of mistakes, so they've removed them. But you had, my opinion, you had interior, you had exterior, and this is where you could actually see that the 302 has heated seats. Actually, sorry, I had to go to the order guide to find out that you had heated seats on a 302. So here's the big oopsie doopsie that you really need to know. Don't be fooled. If you're going for a 6.5-foot box on your F-150 and you want to remove the chrome, you need to go black appearance package or sport appearance package. They're not very expensive. They're, well, about $500 each. But those won't be available until job 2, meaning you're probably getting built more May, June, or July. It will mean a big wait for your 2024. So we can see here information, the discount XLT. I think 302 is great, but let's see the 301. Right now we're on a nice 301, the base XLT. What do we get? A whole lot of chrome, unless you go sport and wait it out. And you do have that 12-inch screen. So an early error of the 2024 build and price is that it talked about the 12-inch touchscreen only being available on the 303. And that appears to be an error. One thing you can always trust is your Ford order guide. So I'll show you what a Ford order guide looks like. You can Google search it. It will come up. Now I get them easily because I log right into the Ford system directly. You can see right here, 2024 XLT series. One very useful section here is standard equipment. You look through the XLT, look through the standard equipment. Don't forget you've got your STX standard equipment. You'll want to learn that so that you don't overspend. And the big one here, I think XL is going to cover it for a lot of people. If you want a little X style, go XL with STX. And you'll want to look here, you see major product changes. Good to know. But XL standard equipment. You want to go through that, and you can see it is standard equipment. Here is our proof. Don't be fooled. The website was fooling us before, trying to trick us into thinking we need to take an XLT 303 to have both heated seats and the 12-inch screen, but we see it right here on the XL series. Let's zoom in. We've got the XL series standard equipment. That means standard means they all have it. 12-inch productivity screen in instrument cluster, and it includes a compass display. So you've got the productivity screen. Let's see about the touch screen. So you want to go through this. Now the website is actually, it's been updated. It's showing us a touch screen on the XL, on the XLT. So I do believe, quite positive there, that that's the case. But don't ever believe anyone. Get the facts for yourself. Look up the order guide of the model that interests you, whether you're looking at a Ford Bronco, a Ford Maverick. The order guide is really what's gonna be what makes sure that you don't get fooled. And here's a little trick. You don't like spending either an hour or two reading through all this. You hit Control F, and okay, let's try that again. You can do searches, Control F. Okay, Control F, there you go. Control F, a little bar is gonna drop down. You barely see it on the TV here, but you've got your little bar and you can write 12, you can write touchscreen, for example. And if I write touchscreen, I now have touchscreen with swipe capability showing up, and it is on, guess what? Got the proof right here. XL, standard equipment, 12-inch. I'll highlight it here for you all so you can see it. 12-inch LCD capacitive touchscreen with swipe capability. So if you want that big screen, just like the Ford Bronco, all the Ford F-150s have that 12-inch screen. Very smart on Ford's part because, well, you're offering more to your clientele. You're also having volume rebates. Oh, so smart. I'm really proud of Ford now. I'm not a fan of the price increase, but I am definitely a fan of the equipment increase, because if I was buying an F-150, well, first of all, I'd buy a 2023 Ford F-150 Tremor. Great value, great resale. But once those aren't available anymore, I would actually, or if I want a 6.5-foot box, I'd still get a 2023 Sport FX4. 2023 Ford F-150. I'd take that $5,500 rebate. But if you're in a position where you have no choice, go and order yourself, or maybe you're watching this video down the road and 2024s are all that's available. Remember, you cannot order a 2023. So if you want your vehicle just the way you want it, you're going to end up ordering it. And, well, ordering it will cost you more because the prices have increased. So let's compare here. 302 was the big popular model for 2023. 3.5 liter power boost, full hybrid V6 engine. Get it if you do a lot of city driving. If you do mostly highway driving, you're not going to see very little fuel economy, 0.5 liters per 100 kilometers. So let's say you drive 65 miles. Every 65 miles, you might save a whopping, maybe save $1. So if you want the sound, go for the 5 liter. If you're doing a lot of city driving, go with that hybrid. It is incredible. It's like 40-50% more fuel efficient in the city, not towing. When you tow, throw all that savings out of the window. This is a non-towing option here. But the EcoBoost option is the most powerful engine at 570 pound-feet of torque. That's wild, folks. That's as crazy as the idea of taxing everybody's water. Yeah, it's awesome. 570 pound-feet of torque, more horsepower than you're getting out of the other engines. 430 horsepower. There you go. My memory is pretty decent here. 430 horsepower, 570 pound-feet of torque. Mind-blowing. It's incredible. If you want the sound and you're doing a lot of highway driving, or if you're doing a lot of towing, the 5 liter, any of the EcoBoost engines versus the 5 liter, if you're towing on a very regular basis, when towing, it's basically the same. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by the sales guy that has an EcoBoost hybrid on the lot and only wants to sell what he has on the lot because he's a lazy jerk. Don't believe him when he's like, oh, it's going to save you fuel all the time. No, it's not going to save you fuel on the highway. Very, very little. Technically, he's correct, but it's not worth writing home about. And it's not going to save you fuel when you're towing. Actually, the 5 liter is probably, depending how much you're towing, the 5 liter, depending on your weight and your region, the 5 liter might give you the best fuel economy when towing. Bombshell. So note that. That's a don't be fooled section right there. So let's see if we build ourselves a nice EcoBoost. We hit it up with a 302. We try to throw the sport package on, which is going to be available job 2. So do expect a very long wait if you're ordering now. So pick out a 302, like the majority of sales is for an XLT 302 Sport this year for 2023. Throw on some sport wheels here. Looks like they're going to throw on the black appearance package. Loading, followed by more loading. The websites often aren't the greatest at first. Disappointing. All right, you can have skid plates for only $120. I think that's fantastic. Still loading, because when you throw on the black appearance package, your wheels are going to go dark, your interior is going to go dark, and all that chrome is going to be gone. But anyways, it's not a very expensive option, so we can actually calculate this without. Remember, the 2023, we're at $73,000 and so many hundred. It's roughly $7,000 Canadian more. We're still waiting for the are we waiting for the 302 to load up? If so, because I was expecting a price of about $82,000 based on building this many times off air before we're live. Of course, it worked great before I was live, and now the Ford website working to embarrass me. So it's checked, but let's see. If we take it off, is it just going to load and load? Okay, so it has clicked on. Do remember, when you build on the website, there will be errors, and this is why in the legal jargon of the website, don't think that you can hold your dealer to the price that you build, because the website itself, and all this, the legal jargon, if you print it off, it will say there could be mistakes. Dealer could sell for a different price. These days, do not pay over MSRP. But let's see. We're on the 301. 80,000. We had clicked 301. See if we hit 303 if the price changes. 303, basically, you'd go with the 303 if you want all that blue cruise. So we finally worked through the bug. There is your outside with the different mags here. Do keep in mind, they've taken it off the website. Just earlier this week on Thursday, 3-4 days ago, you could pick black appearance package or sport appearance package for $500. But they are continuing to show us the chrome trucks because I guess they don't want people ordering trucks that will take over 6 months to get in. So 81,080. So you're looking at about an extra 7,000 Canadian. We're going to be looking at about roughly 5,000 to 7,000 US dollars in price increase for 2024. Folks, prices are going up. If your truck, if the model of vehicle, not just truck, if your SUV, if the truck or the car you're interested in is gas only and is not getting 50 miles per gallon, which is all of them. Howdy, Tim Bartz. Thank you so much for making it into the show. Thank you, Ford video guy, I should say. Thank you for the congratulations. That's based on the fact that we just had our daughter born into the world at 5.5 pounds and 20 inches long. She's being fantastic. She sleeps between her eating periods. So we feed for an hour and then we get 2 hours, 1.5 hours to 2 hours off where she sleeps. Well, she sleeps like a perfect little angel. So we are now responsible for raising her right and making sure that she gets through the world, teaching her what she needs to know to have the tools to survive this wild world we're going more and more towards. Love areas like Kansas, where they're still keeping traditional values, where they're still focusing on family values of being together as a family. So yeah, many people don't like chrome. So we're going to be wanting to take either the black appearance package or the sport appearance package. But do you know prices have gone up? So I plead you, don't listen to the YouTube channels that are like, oh, prices are in the process of collapsing, that they'd have you believe that you'll save thousands if you wait 6 months. The reality is if you wait 6 months, you're going to be buying the next year's model, the 2024 models, and they're going up in price. Whether it's a Ford Bronco, whether it's a Ford F150, whether it's a Maverick, big price increases on the Ford F150. And a long wait if you want to avoid chrome, unless you get the 5.5 foot box. Now, if you go with the 5.5 foot box, you can get right off. You built your sport appearance package or your black appearance package. But if you want that 6.5 foot box, which in my area is so much better for Ford Video is so much better for resale value. Ford Video Guy brings up a great point. The price increase basically the UAW has essentially the cost of every vehicle theoretically goes up $900. Does that mean that prices will go up $900? Yes, if Ford and GM and Dodge, if they intend on keeping the exact same profit margin, they will need to increase $900. However, prices have increased so much in the last few years that they're making billions of dollars more than usual per year. So Dodge, GM, and Stellantis have been making a lot more money in the last 3 years than they were making prior to those 3 years. So theoretically, the $900 they can afford. They have the space, they have the money to absorb it. Maybe instead of, let's throw out a fictional approximate number, instead of, let's say, $4 billion or $6 or $7 billion in profitability. Okay, yes, maybe they'll make $1 billion less, but they're still in a position to still make profit without increasing those prices by $900. Now, if they want to have the exact same profit margin, yes, prices will increase by $900 because of the pay increase that the UAW got for the workers. But I like happy workers because happy workers build things properly. If you look at the Can-Am, I was watching Light Bright, and they're showing how the Can-Am had bolts that had no nuts on them. And they're like, hey, this was built on a Friday. Built on a Friday can also mean built any day of the week by unhappy workers that aren't taken care of. So I'm all for happy workers. I think at dealers, you need to pay all the staff working there. You need to pay them right. So you've got happy staff that can, have the energy. They can spend their weekends with their family, so not be open Saturdays and Sundays. I think dealerships need to be closed Saturdays and Sundays. They need to have money to take their families places, experience things, see God's creation and be able to get out in nature, experience life, and come into work Monday rested so that they can handle, your angry Johnny or Susie or Carol or Karen. They need to have an actual life. Dealerships don't need to be open. No business needs to be open 7 days a week unless it's, the healthcare business, which in Canada is not a business. It's government run, and as such, it's absolute crap. Not absolute crap, it could be worse, but for the wealth of the country that we have, the healthcare system is not up to par because there's no competition. They don't care about actual quality service. They don't care about, solutions. They're just like, hey, shut up, wait 12 hours, wait 16 hours, wait. Often people get a date for their operation and they're already dead. You can wait for a family doctor for 10 years, but that's a different rant. Systems, people, humans, we need competition. No, the WB, I'm not going on rant 2. Thank you for saving me. It does help to see that you write that. So, Ford truck prices, anything. Let's conclude this show, folks. Family, we've got to say the reality here. Anything that is not a 50 mile per gallon or better machine needs, unfortunately, to go up. It's being forced to go up in prices, not because Ford doesn't care for you, not because Ford wants to bleed your dollars out of your pocket, but because the government is putting crazy taxes on it, like they have for fuel, tobacco, alcohol, crazy taxes on companies that are making gas guzzling vehicles and selling them in high volumes. Selling 1,000, Super Snake Shelbys that, get 10 miles. Sorry, I'm going in the wrong direction. That, let's say take up a ton of fuel. It doesn't matter if you're only selling 1,000 of them. But if you're going to be selling 500,000 F-150s, they need to either make them 50 mile per gallon machines, which they're trying to replace the gas-powered F-150 with a whole lot of Lightning sales, or they need to increase the price so much that they can afford to pay the government or carbon taxes to Tesla to buy forgiveness points. They need to make billions of dollars on the model that cost them billions of dollars in BS made up taxation for a BS made up CO2 problem. Folks, we have much, much bigger problems than CO2 in the atmosphere, and that's proven by the fact that we continue to cut down billions of trees every year to wipe our arse with. And this whole made-up story is complete, and agenda is completely asinine. Well, I've managed to not swear So if I get demonetized, you all know it's because of my political viewpoints. Now,